to Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishments. I know, a Sherlock Holmes game on this channel. Hang on. That's better, more standard. Okay, so, I did play a tiny bit of this game before, or I tried broadcasting it earlier, but my granddad didn't have yet, he got in the way, so I'm gonna have to restart from the beginning. Luckily I didn't do that much anyway. Okay, so I'm not really restarting much. New game, have to restart all the way from the beginning. Okay. In memory of the Ukrainian Heavenly Hundred. Whoa, that's loud! That's loud in my ear hole! Curse you, Granddad! Why do you always have to have the volume up at 90? Also, there are 5 cases to investigate in this. I'm going to do 1 investigation per episode. I'm going to try to solve 1 crime per episode. And who the hell is Mycroft Holmes? We're using the BSI. Rather than BSI, I prefer a BLT. Without the LT. I'm hungry. The fate of Black Peter. Deduction space is icon indicates that you have insufficient. Never mind, I won't even read that. I'm sorry, hopefully no interruptions this time. There's Watson. And there's Holmes. Fire a gun, we'll fight you.
Holmes! Holmes, will you stop that?
Hello, ugly bare floor accessory thing.
Utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Comes in step. Clicking handcuffs. A policeman, obviously. 9th step avoided. Inspector Lestrade. Lestrade.
Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as
Carey?
Peter, has been murdered.
Obviously,
A
no
sailor,
relation.
most probably.
Not even the same.
What happened here?
Not even the same spelling. You know who I'm
Mr.
talking
Holmes,
about, don't you?
Could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
How about
You're out of
flowers?
your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I
Apparently.
suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the
The
investigation
graphics for this
already
game are
begun?
amazing.
Yes and no.
Definitely better than for
Fact,
Sherlock
this time
Holmes
is
vs.
so
Jack the Ripper.
mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
Merry
Right
men?
to powder reserve.
Robin Hood's in this?
I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee.
No, he's not. That was a joke.
I should have Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Okay, then. Right. Whoa! What was with the camera there? Actually, before I go, I want to see if I can talk to these people.
What a mess! What a terrible mess!
I'm sorry. Are you Mrs. Hudson?
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Well. Oh, also. Oh, hang on. Look at this here. VR. Sherlock Holmes actually spelt out the initials of the Queen of England in bullet holes on his wall. And I saw something I like. Oh, those are some beautiful swords. I like a rifle. Tom would like that. Let's go to the wardrobe. I know what I'm gonna wear. Oh my god, it's 2 of the wigs from Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper. I think this is the same canon as that. I'm actually gonna see if I can check in here. I can! I didn't try this. This is the last time I tried to play. Who closed the door? I didn't close the door. The Woodsman's Lee. Oh, we just got Sherlock sitting here.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Oh, sorry. See, now those are my footprints. And technically,
Mr. Holmes? It seems that the garden was well maintained. It seems that the garden was well... Mr. Holmes?
Inspector?
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon
Sacrilege.
as
What
we
does that
can,
mean?
Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt
More
you've heard
private
of him.
investigator, not really
I'll wait for you
detective.
in
He
front
doesn't
of
work
the
with the
cabin,
police
Mr.
force.
Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Well, actually, I want to do this quick. Cameo. Birdhouse. Gardening gloves. Crested. Crested pit!
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind. You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Oh my god, he is amazingly good.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Thank you, madam.
Judith Carey. Okay, let's keep searching for clues. She said that the door to there was open. What just happened? Wait, hang on.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Thank you. I know Sherlock Holmes is just meant to be...
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now, a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Okay, well, where is he? Oh my god!
Terrible way to die. Harpoons for hunting whales. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Wait, one of those harpoons is missing.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
Holmes, you are good.
Hammerfest. Hammerfest. Someone drank from this glass recently. The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture. Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Well, the man was a sailor. That's been established.
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Oh, was he? Well, there might have been something else out here. Oh well, let's go inside and look at the corpse again. Yeah, he was impaled by a harpoon.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Oh my god! That man has one hell of a beard!
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
Knew the murderer? I had not noticed the pool of blood. A notebook!
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what? Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Trying to see if there's something else in here. See if there's anything else on here I can examine. No.
This place is not covered with... An object was taken.
An ambush will be made tonight, save the break-in attempt will be
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
I don't even know what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to see if I can find more clues. Wait, so was that thing like Sherlock Holmes' version of Detective Vision? What am I supposed to do now? Yeah, not sure what I'm supposed to do. Stone pathway. Land around the stone pathway. Footprints.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Man, I was bad at finding that. Oops.
Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
My thoughts
Shall I
exactly.
tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey. But we were here, waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
G
No, but...
H
but
N.
Yes, it's
The
just
initials
I
on the
couldn't-
notebook.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not... It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you.
I'm playing a game at the moment!
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
GHN. And let's go. Wanted, Jonathan... Wait a minute. I know who that man is. That's George Chapman. I think that's his name. He was a suspect in the Jack the Ripper murders, but he was also accused of... He was also found guilty of poisoning 3 women.
Mr. Holmes? Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Should I invest... Should I go... Staff room?
Locked.
Damn it. The morgue? I can go to the morgue? Really? Ah, here's the evidence.
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what? A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials J.H.N.
From R. Dawson to my friend and partner, 1883.
And partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. These are the suspect's belongings.
Oh, I thought R.D. might have been in that. Might have been in that notebook.
Mr. Holmes?
Oh wait, is interrogation in that room all the way at the end?
Mr. Holmes?
I have no idea who that man is. Let's talk, Nelligan.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan.
A shabby cap. Expensive fabric. Callus. Scars. Elaborate buttons. A patch. A thick neck. And short sleeves.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, Who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Can I actually say that I believe him. I think he is innocent. This would have been way too easy if he was guilty.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wait, so what do I have to do now? Do I have to return to Baker Street now or something? Oh, I should have been paying more attention. Alright.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Oh.
That is not the one I need. Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
I am probably gonna be terrible at this.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
You know, I'm actually gonna change into the look for...
My archive. I can always
Oh, I just had the best idea. Oh, I can only wear the top hat. So it's either the default hat or the top hat. Guess I'm gonna have to go for the default hat. But you saw I was going for the bowler hat. You know, anyone who's seen my Batman Arkham game, you knew what I was thinking. You knew exactly what I was thinking. This is a complex way to solve the crime. I'm gonna have a lot of difficulty with this game. Yeah, but you definitely know what I was thinking. The green suit, the bowler hat. You definitely know.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Examine the ship's logs. Oh, how do I do that? Oh wait, hang on. Really, nothing else? Can I talk to him now?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Damn it. Do I have to return to Baker Street again? No. Do I have to go to... Do I have to go to Woodman's Lee? I'm never gonna catch the killer. Can I just say if the kid did kill him and just get this one over with? I know, that's not the Sherlock Holmes way. So I have to examine the ship's logs, whatever that means. Wait a minute.
Dundee. It's a whaling map.
Which will now can I come up with another investigation? Damn it!
(1883). That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Log notes for August. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
And I do that how? Wayne's is at Baker Street, and he'll help. Don't know what he's doing at Baker Street.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
The kids?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him. A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Didn't need to see that. Is that a dog?
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
I did not know. I did not know that Sherlock Holmes had a dog.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors?
You said that like you didn't even
Easy.
care.
Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
All right, then.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Still nothing.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Scotland Yard is a step behind. Oh, I know. Tell you what, where'd he go? I was gonna make a bet with him that if Scotland Yard solves the case first, I'll buy everyone there a dinner.
These are the suspect's belongings.
A stained letter.
Stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. Nothing unusual about it. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
Really? Wait, I didn't even get anything for the footprints. Oh, there are guns in there.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Was he garden? He's a gardener.
That's all for now.
I'm not saying another word.
What's the light going up? That's holding up the... Wait, hang on. She said light. Wait, so I kind of expected that.
These are the suspect's belongings. I wonder if these are connected. No, that's not it.
$8,532.
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
What happened? No. Hey, we got a viewer. Nice. So, what else am I supposed to do? So let's return to Baker Street then. This might be one of my longer videos because I want to at least finish the investigation. Actually, you know, I'll try and see how this goes, if it works out. If I struggle too much, I'll probably just end it before I finish the investigation. But that might be good, because that might keep the series going longer.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Oh, that's difficult. I need to go blue, something orange, but
I need to prepare a chemical...
orange, colorless, green. Ah! Wait, let's put that back. I hope this works.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Wait, that was right? That was right.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist the NC. I even do that when I make a sandwich. It's with ketchup.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
I think now I can go back to Scotland Yard. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying being the detective. I wish I was a detective, and I wish I could be a real detective. Though. It'd be fun trying to catch the bad guy. And this game is evidence of that. It's fun. It is fun to get the bad guy. When you smoking earlier?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Let's see if he can talk this time.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now.
His tools, eh? Let's see if that changed the objective. Okay, so maybe I have to go back to the garden and invest and just try to find his tools. He claims he was looking for his tools. Let's go find them ourselves.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
I need more evidence.
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
I'll
He
take
carries
those.
boots. They look to be a size 8.
Maybe I can talk to him about the footprints later.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Oh, we know that we know that the footprints belong to Hurtley. Maybe I can talk to her again.
Locked.
Damn it.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam.
But you can see what he's reading. Can anyone see what he's reading? Wait, how can you? You can barely even see me.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
He'll close the door on me. I can actually go in here now. Shapes of noses. What the hell?
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
Not yet.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Ow!
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven,
I was doing so
would you
well
care
with the
to
selections.
explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't
All right,
laugh,
all
don't
right,
laugh,
you
don't
got me.
laugh!
Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads. But now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
So I'm going to actually find... the tools this time. It feels kind of lonely without Watson.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh, my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here.
I'll be taking that. Ooh, that's a beautiful looking box.
Let us see what is in this box.
That's an interesting combination.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Oh, I was gonna say it! Why didn't I say that? Why didn't I say it? Madam, you have some explaining to do.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam.
Oh wait, hang on, I didn't mean to do that, Damn it. But wait. If I did this, it would also explain his innocence. This is confusing! Maybe I have to go back to Scotland Yard and interrogate them again. If not, maybe I have to return to Baker Street. This is confusing as shit!
I'm not saying another word.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you...
So both of them are innocent. So maybe now I do have to go back to Scotland Yard. I mean, Baker Street. Why did I say Scotland Yard? I was at Scotland Yard. I take back what I said earlier. I'd make a terrible detective.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
I thought I saw an option to read the paper.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually just gonna end this. We haven't caught Carrie's murderer yet. But I need some time to figure out the rest of this stuff out, so I'm just gonna end this episode. Yeah, looks like we aren't gonna be able to finish an investigation each episode, but you know what? At least I'll keep the series going longer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!